There is a point in everyone's life where they have the exact same thought pattern, as if it was some kind of event. It might be on a random Tuesday when you're mindlessly watching a video and out of nowhere a thought pops into your mind, saying, "Man, I'm broke as shit. I need money ASAP, no Rocky, because I'm here in my room all day resting on my bed, which I could be using this time to make some money." So the first natural thing you do is go to job sites like LinkedIn and Indeed to find a job that you'd be capable of doing. And we go to these websites because this is what school recommended us. As I'm guessing you all had those kind of PSHE lessons where they talk about your post-18 life. School made it seem like getting your first job out of school would be so easy if you're using these kind of websites. But how wrong they were. Because as I scroll through these job listings on Indeed and LinkedIn, I discovered the harsh reality. I found out most of these jobs want 3 to 5 years of work experience in that field. Like, how dumb is that? I just left school and you expect me to have the same work experience as a kid working in a sweatshop factory as soon as he came out the room. It seems like the only way to get a job nowadays is to be working as soon as you come out the room and come out the hospital. Most of these jobs don't even care about the grades you work so hard for at school. The odds are not in your favour as well, as even if you come out with straight A's in all your subjects, Bob down the road, who failed high school, who dropped out early, has the same chances as you. From my experience, after applying over to 50 jobs, guess what? My success rate was 0%. And I got rejected by all of them in the span of 2 weeks. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong. I followed all the YouTube recommendations on how to get your first job, and yet here I am, still lying in my bed feeling like I wasted hours on end of my time to apply for all these jobs just to get rejected in the span of 2 weeks. However, a saving grace came to me. One of my mum's friend's husband said his workplace had an agency where you had the chance of getting a job, and the success rate of this job was more successful than you talking to your crush. He showed me how to apply to the agency, and this is the part of the video where I tell you about the one place that made it so easy to get a job. This app that I used landed me a job in less than a week of applying. And get ready to note this down. It's called Job and Talent. Just to let you know, I'm not sponsored or anything by this company. I'm just showing my experience on how to get a job easily. So, using this app, this is how I got my first warehouse job, which I already made a video about. And to those who have already been watching my channel for a while, you already know that I've talked about my experience in a warehouse and I go very in depth on it. But if you haven't already watched it, I'll link it at the end of the video so you can go watch it after this video. Now, let's talk about what an agency is. An agency is a business or organization providing a particular service on behalf of another business. So, for example, at my workplace, they gave us simple jobs that took a day of training to actually learn how to do the job properly.
Different modes. Picture this: 6 lanes, conveyor belts, boxes, and me doing a lot of standing. What was my role? It was filling boxes with items from the bottom belt and put them in the top boxes. Finish the order, replace them, and then repeat.
Now that you know what an agency is, let's talk about the positives and negatives of it. First of all, positive. It's actually so easy to find a job and get hired to that job. And it's quite common to where you get a lot of requests from these companies to have people to come in and then do a certain task to help in hard times. For example, my warehouse had a high demand during the Christmas times where they had to require a lot of people come in due to all the orders that were coming. And the one thing that makes agencies better than LinkedIn and Indeed is that most of these jobs on here require little to no work experience in that field. Compared to Indeed and LinkedIn, where you need 3 to 5 years of that work experience already, these places already just need you to be there on time and just do the work simply. They give you the amount of training that's required for that certain role in the job, and it may vary depending on jobs, because some of them are like mechanics. The ones I've seen are like mechanics, delivery drivers, those kind of things. So it may vary from job to job. Another benefit is that you get responses within less than a week. I remember I was applying around late August and I got my job offer early September. That was 2 weeks of me waiting and I got a job. That's crazy compared to some of these other jobs we had to wait months on end just to get a response and to let you know if you're in or not. And most of these jobs in here are pretty simple. They give you easy tasks to do that vary from 8 hours doing the work to 12 hours, whatever it may be. But these jobs are very simple, as all I was doing was picking products from the bottom and putting it in the top belts and sending off to orders. And the pay was amazing for an 18-year-old, as when I was doing it, I got paid £11.60 per hour. And compare that to like the average in the UK, which is like £8.60, I was getting paid £3 more. And now £3 more doesn't sound like much, but it does add up eventually, and you earn a lot more. Another good thing is that they actually are flexible with your hours, because you can choose the days that you want off, and some companies are kind of laid back for it. For example, the company I was working at, they were very flexible with me due to my nerve condition at the time. They allowed me to have a day off, an extra day off. So, I talked about the main positives there. However, there's always negatives to go with these things. Let's start the negatives. You have no permanent hours. Now, this may not sound like a big deal to some people, but this having no permanent hours, so you're not guaranteed 40 hours of work or 37 hours of work per week, can mean that you're not guaranteed to work sometimes. Which then, if you're not guaranteed to work, you're not guaranteed to get the same amount of money each week, which may heavily affect your living situation. And in these workplaces, it tends to be a very simple job, but it's kind of hard to progress in the ranks of it. So for example, at McDonald's, you can go from an account manager to finance manager to county head to finance department to board of directors to even CEO, the permanent workers who get a better chance of getting into these high positions. And most of these jobs here don't really relate to most people's passions. I mean, it's fair enough. If you just want to live a simple job, have a simple life, I'll say these jobs are alright for you. These jobs tend to be more physical jobs than desk jobs. So if you're not really fit enough to do a physical job for 8 hours a day, I suggest you don't go for these, as they are quite physically demanding, as you're going to be sitting down driving all day or standing up on your feet on uncomfortable work shoes all day. So I do recommend you to get in a good physical condition to work these jobs if you still want to be healthy while working them. And most of these jobs I've stated already tend to be a either warehouse job or a delivery job. So this means you have to go to some warehouse, and warehouses tend to be away from residential areas. So that means you're going to have to be either luckily close to it, that's walking distance, or you're going to have to drive there somehow. And the jobs may differ from your location. So some of them you might have a lot of jobs, and some of them you may not even have some. And it may vary from country to country, because all I know is from the UK. One thing you need to know about these agency jobs is that they probably won't have a role that advances you too much into your career. For example, if you wanted to be an engineer, working at a warehouse job won't help you become a better engineer. That's where LinkedIn and Indeed come in, because they tailor jobs to you that you might actually want to pursue in the future. But it'd be much harder to apply unless you have connections to a company or work experience beforehand. An agency can be better than these job sites if you don't care about the job you work for and you just need a source of income. So I hope this helps, and if you've got any questions about these kind of jobs, agency jobs, comment down below and I'll try and help out. I hope this helps anyone thinking about getting a job and to know what to expect. If you made it this far, you're a real one, and comment down below a random word like pound swipe to let me know that you watched all the way this far. Thanks for watching, and take care.
We're flying to Philadelphia!